Howdy fellas, Uncle Sasquach and Jake coming to you again today. We're going to kind of do a quasi shooting video. It's another nasty day outside, raining and cold. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about mountain rifles, Southern mountain rifles, Tennessee mountain rifles. I've read a lot of stuff on the internet saying that those terms were modern day coined, that they were marketing strategies for companies that manufactured various types of muzzle loaders, but there are a lot of schools or styles of muzzle loaders out there. You have the Pennsylvania type rifles, Lehigh, Bucks County, and several of the other ones. And by schools or styles, it's just a certain way that they built those guns and a certain way that they were styled, particular features that they had. This particular rifle we're going to take a little look at today is a bean style Tennessee mountain rifle. There were 5 generations of beans that were gun makers in the mountains of East Tennessee, up around a place called Bean Station in the Morristown area, if those of you out there watching are familiar with those two places. There were also the Soddy Daisy style rifles, which differed from the bean style in the fact that the cheek piece was blended from the wrist all the way back to the curve in the buttstock at the top. They were particularly slim rifles, typically 36 to 45 calibers, with examples of 32 and also as heavy as 50 caliber, and maybe some more. I haven't seen any that were heavier than 50 that I found, but at any rate, what we're going to be looking at today is a very, very fine replication, and I hope you can see it with the limited amount of room that we have where we're filming this video. Is the bean style rifle. There were also rifles they called poor boys, that instead of having this banana style patch box that's on this particular gun here, there was simply a grease hole, or just a hole in the stock. They would put tallow, bear grease, whatever they had there to lubricate patches. And you can see the rifle is pretty slim here in the wrist, so what they would do, they would elongate the tang, or the section that the barrel, the breech of the barrel actually is attached to, down the wrist of the stock to reinforce it, because that was somewhat of a weak area. This particular one here has what they call a Lollipop Tang. It's very, very long, and it ends in a round terminus, or ending, as you might have it. And as you can see, this particular gun is a flintlock. It has a 42-inch long green mountain barrel. It's 50 caliber. Turned around, let you see the cheek piece on the gun. You can see that. And I mentioned the Soddy Daisy type rifles a minute ago. This part would blend down and go up into the wrist and all the way back into this part of the curve right here. This very, very fine replication of a Tennessee mountain rifle, bean style, was built by a gentleman by the name of Ron Luckenbill up in Pennsylvania, and I'll include a link to his website in the description of the video, so if you'd like to take a look at his work and perhaps even maybe order one of his guns, you can do that. He's a very fine gentleman, very, very courteous. I feel like he put a whole lot more quality in this gun than the cost of the gun. After he sent me pictures when the rifle was finished, before he shipped it to me, I sent him an email and I said, "What did you use to stain that stock?" And he told me he used what was termed back in the day aqua fortis, which is simply nitric acid. He put that on the stock to start the process of staining the stock. And then he went over it with Laurel Mountain stain, and also a product called True Tint, which gave it a slightly darker antique look. I had him do that. The barrel is browned with a substance called True Brown, and it makes this gun look like a really, really old gun, which is exactly what I wanted. This is something I've wanted all my life, and I finally got it. I was hoping today would be nice enough we can get outside and really showcase this rifle, but the weather didn't turn out that way. We'll make a part 2 video of it, in which we'll have it outside, and you can actually maybe see the striping in this piece of Pennsylvania maple wood a little bit better, and yeah, we'll touch it off a couple of times. So stay tuned, keep watching, and I thank you for watching and subscribing. Remember to keep your powder dry and mind your top knot, peddler.